back, Sword. This is Joshua E. Faulkner, and today I'm going to be ranking all 6 Captain America films from my least favorite to my favorite, including the early TV series from the 70s and 90s. Let me know down in the comments below how you would rank these films, and if you learned a little bit with the movies I'm including on this list. And make sure to also subscribe if you haven't already to enjoy the film culture community that I'm building here. If you love film and are a film culture fanatic, you may be able to learn a little bit more about film on this channel. But I could talk about this all day, but without further ado, let's get into my number 6, which is Captain America 2, Death Too Soon. Now, this is a film that's very interesting as a TV film that just sort of is the sequel that just goes about going on this story about Christopher Lee playing this character, being the villain, and developing the serum to gas the city and turn them all to age quicker. And overall, the way this plot goes about seems interesting and threatening enough to be intriguing, but with the older aspects of this film taking place, the technical elements really draw it down. The story feels really blander than the premises itself, and even the performances are just a little bit more cheesy than they ought to expect, and does not deliver well. At number 5, we have Captain America 1979. That just does not deliver quite as well, and what it does do better though is just being a film of its time that I can still enjoy some aspects of what they were trying to do. It doesn't feel as delayed as what the bland elements of the sequel is, but overall still feels very outdated, and it has some cheese that does work to its advantage for what it's unintentionally trying to do because of how dated it is, but overall still has those elements that make me wish I could see a little bit more of what it was like for this to be only Captain America film. And coming in number 4, we have Captain America 1990. Now, this does have the cheese that I do kind of enjoy, just with the way the nature of this film sort of takes itself seriously in some moment. To the moment, I do sort of see what it's doing, though granted, the filmmaking isn't the greatest. It feels a little sloppy or shaky at certain times, but the costume is a lot better, even if it's outdated. But the Red Skull looks a little bit more horrible just in the design when you're getting up close, especially. But overall, it does have a lot more to Red Skull than we do get within the first Avenger of the MCU movies. I enjoyed that Red Skull more, surprisingly. But coming in number 3, we have Captain America: The First Avengers. And while the Red Skull arc isn't so great as the previous film I mentioned, it does have its moments being so great in the first act with the origin story of Steve Rogers becoming Captain America, but overall it still has this meandering time, montaging through the war and not giving us some great moments really diving into some of that gritty details, because it's more focused on eventually getting to Red Skull, which still takes its time getting to, and once we do, we don't get a whole lot of him or a whole lot fleshing out his character, knowing who he is. And coming in number 2, we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Now, while this is a film that has a lot of great technical elements, it never had a moment that really shines out for me, that captivates me strongly to see why people love it so much. But overall, I can still appreciate it for the action that compels into the film, and always having a great pace all throughout. And coming in number 1, we have Captain America: Civil War. Just a fun film that may have a little bit of technical nitpicking details about how some characters are thrown on a team that isn't necessarily explained why they're there and why they're supporting that side. But overall, still has one of the great battles that leads to such a great film that is Avengers and Infinity War, giving this film stakes as you're splitting the team up and just being such a great side as you're getting the sides of Cap versus Iron Man. I prefer Iron Man's character, but I do kind of side with Cap. Let me know your side down in the comments below. But that's just all my ranking of all 6 Captain America films, from my least favorite to my favorite. Let me know down in the comments below how you would rank these films, if you have heard of the older films, and if you do actually have a soft spot. I'd love to hear your thoughts of who has actually watched the older films and maybe has appreciated them a lot more if you watched them back then. So that's just my ranking. Let me know all your comments and suggestions down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to this film culture community if you've been film cultured and just highly enjoyed a film fanatic community. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.